All right, y'all. So, I used to be one of those people that thought it was like very like useless essentially to have female friends. I didn't see the purpose. I didn't see how it was necessary. I just thought, what's the point if we're not fucking? What are we doing? Type shit, right? And for a long time, that was the case. Throughout my late teens, early 20s, up until the mid 20 mark, that's when things started to change for me mentally. I didn't see the purpose in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if we're not fucking, what are we doing, right? But as I started getting older, like, I don't know if I can just say like my standards kind of raised a bit in terms of who I was allowing myself to like smash and, not smash, but it pretty much did, right? Like, usually I have to be very attracted to somebody now to smash them. Like I'm not just gonna smash for the sake of smashing and then like have that little awkward scenario where like you don't hit them up anymore and then you kind of intuitively know that they're feeling the type of way about you not hitting them up anymore and then like it's all that, you know what I'm saying? That no communication whatsoever and now it's all weird and awkward and you just ghost them and you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that shit. So now I'm at a point where it's like if I'm smashing somebody, I want to smash them and like know that I'd probably want to do it again. Now it's one thing to say that. It's another thing if like we actually smash and it's not that good, and I'm trying to get out. Then I'd probably use my big boy words, be like, well, I say probably not, bro. I got to be real. I ghosted somebody actually. I went on a date with them and I told them after the date, I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit you up in the next week, 2 weeks. I know I was lying. I looked in her eyes. I could tell she kind of knew I was fucking around and lying too. It's so bad. I hit her up the next day on some casual shit to make it sound like, I was still not necessarily interested, but I'm still communicating type shit. Yeah, I'm not interested though. But anyways, so where was I even going with that? So the point of me bringing all this up is to say that, I went on a date with a girl. Was it last year or I think it was sometime last year, towards the end of last year. And honestly, she picked it up because like I didn't feel like any type of sexual connection towards her or anything. I was just talking to her on some chill shit. That's how I always kind of am with women. You know what I'm saying? Just on some casual shit, not really flirt. There was no like flirtatious energy or anything like that going on. And she picked up on it when after we got done playing what's it called? Mini golf. We are kind of sitting at the bar chilling. She was like, "Hey, you're not flirting with me. You're not feeling me, are you?" I was like, you know what? Nah, not really. And you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dudes in that scenario, they would probably, lie to like, try to crack after or something like that. But for me, I wasn't really pressed about the buns, bro. Like, once I started getting older, like, you know what I'm saying? Like getting cheeks was not like a priority for me. Whether or not it happened, it was like, it is what it is. Like I'm not stressed either way. So I was like, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? And that led into a conversation of all like, us just going back and forth and like talking about life and, what I'm saying, how we viewed the dating pool. She kind of gave me a bit of her dating experience. I gave her a bit of mine. And, we just clicked on some real cool, like friendship level type shit. She was asking me for advice as far as, how to deal with certain scenarios of men who treat her a certain way or like, they say one thing, but they're not doing it. And, we were just going back and forth, really giving game to one another, right? So she was teaching me a bit of game. I was teaching her a bit of game. And towards the end of our date, we were like, yo, we should just keep this on some real friend shit. You know what I'm saying? And boom, she became a friend. But through that friendship, I'm not going to say like we're like friends to the point where like we relate on a lot of things or like, so I'm calling her up constantly or she's calling me up constantly. It's more so like we hang out every now and then. We catch up a little bit. Usually there's like some kind of event centered around it. So like, oh, let's go out and do this thing or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And through all that, still keeping it platonic, even though she has flirted with me a few times. And I felt like, the motherfucker was trying to smash, But, me, I had to keep it. I'm like, yo, I actually wanted to keep this as an authentic friendship. I didn't want us to end up smashing and then somebody's feelings always gets involved and it's always usually the woman. I was like, nah, I'm not letting that shit happen, right? So I let that shit go. I was like, nah, let's keep this shit let's keep it on a friendship level. But anyways, so we end up going to all these different events and stuff like that, right? And through these events, I got to meet so many other different women just by being friends with the woman. Bro, being friends with women is literally a cheat code, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be chill, be yourself, be kind, not be an asshole, not be like misogynistic or anything like that. You know, just genuinely just be a kind, you know, normal human being. And through that connection, you get to meet so many other women. And she got some badass friends too. Now, that's the situation I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? In my mid to late, am I late 20s yet, bro? It's 26, late 20s. I don't know. It's kind of close. I want to say 27 is like mid 20. No, I want to say 27 is like late 20s, right? 24 to 26 should be mid 20s. So I'm gonna say I'm still in my mid 20s right now. The latter years of my mid 20s. You know, anyway, it's crazy, bro. But I feel like it was just 2 days ago I was 20 years old. But you know, whatever. Yeah. So you know, I've been getting to meet a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, low-key bad bitches and stuff like that. But even then I have to be careful with that because listen, I don't want to like mess around and smash any of them that are like closely tied in with my friend that I went out with and we end up becoming friends, because then if that ends up going sour, it's like just fucks up a whole lot of shit. But like, yo, what the fuck happened to the lighting? God damn it, you do shit, come on, brother. Anyways, yeah. You know, I don't really have like a real direction I'm going in with this video, bro. I just want to say, moral of the story, instead of using the apps, right? Or instead of going to a bar or like, you know what I'm saying, any of that other weird shit. I mean, I guess I did meet my friend through the apps. So, you know, the apps could be advantageous, but like being authentic friends with women can get you access to way more women than people realize. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the cheat code, man. That's the meta 2026 moving forward. You know what I'm saying? It took me all the way up until being 25 to like 26, maybe even 24 to an extent, right? But even at 24, I was still like, nah, I ain't really trying to be friends with a girl. I'm just trying to smash. But it took me up until 25 to realize that, you know what? I can actually just authentically be chill with this person, not have to. I do have those feelings sometimes because like, bro, I'm a fucking man, you know what I'm saying? And like, bro, I mean, this woman is not ugly, you know what I'm saying? She has a figure, and if certain things go, like, let's say you lock us up in a fucking apartment for like 3 days, right? Straight, something will probably go down. I'm not gonna lie. It just will, right? Like, that's just how shit goes. I'm a man. What can I say, bro? This is just, you know what I'm saying, real shit. But like, since that's not the case, being able to, you know, regulate myself and having control and saying, you know what, now let's not do this. Let's keep it P. It's been great, man, because I feel like I'm getting so much more access to a lot of women that I otherwise wouldn't have had access to outside of like apps and stuff like that. But this way it's a lot better because it's authentic. And these women are getting to know me without that whole, you know, that whole stage of like y'all are dating or anything like that. It's just like, no, it's free. Like, she's getting to know me, I'm getting to know her, and there's no expectation of anything going down. And you can really kind of navigate how you want to go about these relationships. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to let y'all know that's the meta 2026. Go get yourself a fucking girlfriend, like an authentic girl that's your friend, bro. I think that can change lives. I think that can do wonders. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be the guy that's friend with the girl, like that's friends with the girl because you're trying to get at the girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just waiting it out. That ain't peace shit. You know what I'm saying? Lame nigga shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the lamest things a nigga can do. I actually despise people like that. You know what I'm saying? Authentically be friends though. And if you have feelings towards the woman, it can only work if you don't have like authentic, like romantic feelings towards the woman. What I mean romantic is like actually fiending for this woman and wanting things to progress towards that direction of like either smashing or, you know, being in a long-term relationship. As long as, you know what I'm saying, you're in that space where it's like, I can go without it, you know what I'm saying? And she doesn't have the feelings of like wanting to smash you or be in a relationship with you, well, I can make it happen. But if anybody has feelings, you know what I'm saying, just cut it off, bro. It's not gonna work. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out.